You're watching ABC10 Plus This Week.
Hello, I'm Laura Painter. You're watching ABC10 Plus This Week. In dollars and cents, scammers are increasingly targeting seniors through smartphones, email, and other digital platforms. Experts share advice on how to stay safe. Plus, lightning strikes caught on camera in Folsom. We get an exclusive look at the damage. Then John Bartel takes us on a tour of Sacramento you may not be familiar with, the city below Sacramento. ABC10 Plus This Week starts right now. We have new exclusive video you'll only see here on ABC 10, showing the moment lightning hit a home in Folsom.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Whoa, what a sight. This happened around 6 a.m. Tuesday near Mangini Parkway. The bolt struck the home, leaving behind visible damage. ABC 10's Garshpal Sangha talked with a homeowner who was, can you believe this, inside when lightning struck.
The shingles and stuff like that, that got blown off.
What is left of Julian Phillips' Folsom Ranch home roof tells the story.
Here's a piece of the eave. It's pretty charred.
Also, he says electronics fried, even his truck's computer destroyed, forcing him to take it into the shop. But the damage goes beyond what you can see.
It was probably one of the most violent, loudest booms I've ever heard. So it jolted me right out of bed. And
Oh my God.
Phillips' neighbor.
Oh my God.
Capturing the strike Tuesday.
Oh my God.
it was pretty intense.
Jesus.
I, ran to my wife and kid and basically just made sure that they were okay. We honestly thought a plane crashed into the house. I mean, it was surreal.
Phillips says the lightning surge zapped almost everything plugged in.
My truck was even parked next to the metal gutter, and the electricity jumped from the metal gutter through my truck and destroyed the computer on that.
All of that damage doesn't have an official price tag because the insurance company still has to come out. But Phillips estimates it could be in the tens of thousands of dollars. But Phillips says he's focused on what matters most.
It's just material stuff. I mean, just as long as my wife and my son are okay with me, and obviously my dog and cat, and I'm fine. It happened, and let's just deal with what comes next. And so
Certainly makes a good story.
Oh, absolutely.
Reporting from Folsom, Garshpal Sangha, ABC 10.
In tonight's Dollars and Cents, scammers are targeting seniors who may be vulnerable through their smartphones and computers. But navigating this digital world and protecting yourself from scammers doesn't have to be hard. We talk with experts at a senior event in Sacramento about how you can stay safe and secure when online, keeping your identity and money protected.
So I went Safeway, pulled the Apple gift card, $300 cash, got in the car, came home. It was gone. I mean, I didn't even get to activate it.
Could that possibly be a scam?
They're not asking me to send the money.
Not only does that cause your accounts to be closed, it'll also affect your credit rating.
Scams are ever changing.
That's the battle consumers and businesses are up against when it comes to staying one step ahead of scammers.
The more you're aware of what to look for, the better equipped you are going to be to prevent it.
To help educate and empower seniors, experts from AARP and Chase Bank hosted a free public workshop in Sacramento to teach seniors about common scams and how to protect themselves.
In the United States, one of us has our identity stolen every 2 seconds.
Spoofing, we all get spoofed all day, every day. Phone numbers come in, they look like our phone numbers, or sometimes they look like they come from our financial institution or a reputable company. But if you stay organized and you're constantly checking passwords in your documents, it's going to enhance your security a lot. So how do you get started?
They're more likely to answer a phone call, even from someone that they don't know. They may receive an email that seems very urgent where they think they need to respond right away.
The Federal Trade Commission reports California consumers lost more than $1.7 billion to fraud in 2024, with a significant rise in reports of scams related to identity theft and smartphone scams compared to previous years.
Seniors need to know that it's not normal to give away your information. If you're getting a call, you're getting contacted from an organization, they already have different mechanisms of identifying you. We don't need personal identification information. It's never okay to give out your social security number.
Experts warn to look out for mail fraud, email fraud, and other digital scams. They recommend keeping your antivirus protection up to date. Set up automatic updates for your operating system, internet browser, software, and apps. Also, when using your credit and debit card online, verify that you're on a reputable and valid website, especially when you're shopping or donating.
A lot of times we're getting text messages relating to unpaid tolls where we've never been somewhere. We hear about grandparent scams, gift card scams, and a lot of times, if you're not expecting it, proceed with caution.
If scammers contact you, experts say they'll often use specific tactics to get you to give up your info or money. Be suspicious if someone asks you to send money in a specific way, such as through gift cards. Scammers will also try to pressure you, insisting it's an urgent matter.
Most of the time, they want to catch people off guard, and they want people to react immediately, so there's always some sort of urgency.
Scammers might also try to convince you they have an existing relationship with you. Be wary if they offer you rewards or to try to scare you with consequences. And shred any important documents that have your social security number, bank accounts, address, and other personal information before throwing them away. If you think you're a victim of a scam, don't be afraid to get help.
Right away, you have to notify law enforcement, notify your financial institution.
Adult children and friends of seniors can be a great support network in normalizing the conversation about scams and fraud. Experts say keeping that open line of communication can make it easier for seniors to speak up and seek help from trusted loved ones should they fall victim of a scam. Remember, the conversation doesn't end here. You can find more ways to protect yourself from scams and fraud by checking out my Dollars and Cents stories, streaming now on the free ABC10 Plus TV streaming app.
And of course, we start with the redistricting battle once again tonight. 2 months from this exact day, Californians will have the chance to weigh in on Governor Newsom's redistricting plan. Proposition 50 will be on the November 4th special election ballot, and it's really asking voters to approve a constitutional amendment to allow new congressional maps to be drawn, temporarily bypassing the independent redistricting committee. Now, the goal is to pick up 5 more Democratic seats in Congress in response to a Republican redistricting push in Texas. Now, the proposal is sparking debate within communities that would be impacted. I want to bring in ABC10's Becca Hobbecker because she was out in Lodi today, where communities could be seeing some big changes, right, Becca?
Yeah, Alex, if California voters approve the redrawn maps to go into effect for the 2026 midterm elections, some parts of the state will see little to no change in their congressional representation. But we noticed in the proposed maps that's not the case for the city of Lodi.
Welcome to Lodi, an agricultural town in San Joaquin County with a population of about 70,000 people, who all currently live within Congressional District 9, represented by Democrat Josh Harder.
But if California voters approve the redrawn maps, Lodi will be split between 3 different congressional districts. Here at the intersection of West Kettleman Lane and Church Street, neighbors will span Districts 7, 8, and 9, all currently represented by a Democrat. And the maps are drawn such that a Democrat is expected to continue representing each of these 3 districts.
District 7 would include Elk Grove, part of Sacramento and Placerville. District 8 would include much of the Delta, plus Vacaville, Fairfield, Vallejo, and Richmond. And District 9 would include part of Stockton, Tracy, and Modesto.
Honestly, it doesn't make sense to me.
Stephanie Kelly is a Lodi native.
I've lived on different sides of Lodi growing up.
She now lives along the dividing line that would put her family in Congressional District 8.
Just from a jurisdiction point of view, that doesn't make sense. Like, why wouldn't you keep the community together so we can do what's best for said community instead of, well, here's your line and here's my line, because really it just feels shady.
She says she wants more information, candid, honest information, before voting in November's special election.
Give us a compelling argument for both sides, and then we can make an informed decision. Like, I'm an RN, and part of my job is in making sure that my patients have all the information, the pros and the cons, before they make a decision for their body. I want to be able to make an informed decision.
We spoke with several other voters in this neighborhood who said they didn't want to go on camera, but they are aware of the potential split in Lodi, and at this point they want more information before making up their minds.
What I am seeking tonight is a formal resolution that the city is against this redistricting.
On Wednesday, a simple majority of Lodi City Council members voted to approve a resolution opposing redistricting. A strong message, though a symbolic one, as it's ultimately up to voters statewide on November 4th.
Congressman Harder has represented all of Lodi, allowing our elected officials, our business leaders, our community groups to work in a unified partnership with him. and his staff. Establishing a strong and informed working relationship with one congressional member is already a challenge for part-time council members. Doing so with 3 is nearly impossible.
On Tuesday, current Representative Josh Harder said in a statement, "I absolutely believe Lodi should be kept whole. As our state considers a response to Texas, my bottom line is that any change to our maps should ultimately be decided by the voters so that they can make their voices heard loud and clear." Now, the San Joaquin Board of Supervisors also voted on whether to formally oppose the redistricting plan. That was at the County Supervisors meeting last week. Unlike the Lodi City Council, a simple majority of supervisors decided not to formally oppose it, saying that decision should be left up to the voters. Alex?
An update on a story we first brought you in June. After years of dealing with parking and traffic headaches, some changes are coming to a neighborhood near Lodi Lake. ABC 10's Gabriel Porras has the details.
Hi guys.
With the lakeside view.
Is it still morning? I don't know.
Just steps from their front door. There's not much that makes Donna Phillips and her dog Skylar frustrated.
I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. The water, the lake, the peacefulness, the serenity. But more than that, it's making new friends all the time.
Except when those new friends visiting Lodi Lake park on the wrong parts of Laurel Avenue.
When they block our road here, we can't get home. And there was one point a few years back where I needed an ambulance. But when people park there and they block all that, that stops that access.
Parking on a one-lane, 14-foot wide stretch of the avenue, often to avoid parking fees inside the lake.
We don't really understand what makes them think they can park there.
But city leaders now say that's going to change.
It's up to the city to make that a designated fire lane, and that's what we'll be considering at the Wednesday council meeting.
The no parking zone should give some relief to Donna and her next door neighbors, but it doesn't do much to address the world of issues on the other side of Laurel Avenue, where sometimes cars will double park, block driveways, and where there's almost always this line of cars waiting to make a U-turn at the dead end.
The residents have had individuals parking in their driveways, not fully understanding that this is a residential area, and we need to ensure that they have access to their parking.
The possible solution, permit parking, not just on Laurel, but also on parts of Turner Road and Loma Drive.
The residents have all signed on, and that is currently going through the process. We will probably see it come up at an October meeting for council's consideration.
We're just moving forward and hoping it gets better. I'm very fortunate to live here. It has its problems, but we're working on those.
In Lodi, Gabriel Porras, ABC 10.
Gabriel, thank you for that update. As proposed, those parking permits would impact just over 40 homes near the lake. They would be valid for 3 years, costing about $5.50. Take a look. This was the scene tonight. Wildfires fueled by dry vegetation causing dark trails of smoke to darken the skies in some areas. And we want to show you this map you see on your screen of what CAL FIRE is calling the TCU September Lightning Complex fire. While we're tracking 4 of the largest tonight, CAL FIRE says more than 19 different fires were sparked from today's lightning storms. Altogether, they have now burned more than 9,000 acres. From Tuolumne County to Sacramento County, as we speak, many fires continue to burn as the fire danger remains high tonight. As we continue to track these fires, we're bringing you live team coverage. Meteorologist Brendan Minchef is tracking tonight's weather impact on the firefight. But first, ABC 10's Garshpal Sangha joins us live from Chinese camp with what is lost and just how stretched crews are on the fire lines. Garshpal, what's the latest?
Hi there, Laura, and devastation is all over this historic town, and we're right next to Highway 120, and this is Main Street that goes into town, and this is one of the historic buildings that has been burned. The walls are the only things that are standing. Flames continue to burn inside, and as we pan to the right, you see fire engines down there. There's more destructions, a lot more homes down there that have been damaged, and Chinese Camp is a landmark of California's gold rush era, and once bustling with thousands of miners, tonight it's a scene of loss and heartbreak. Flames ripped into the heart of Chinese Camp, a town that stood since the 1850s. Families here tell us they had minutes to escape, losing some animals in the chaos. We are in the historic town of Chinese Camp, where a lot of the homes have been decimated. Vehicles, homes have been flattened to the ground, and that fire came and just kind of swept through a lot of it. No word exactly just how many homes have been destroyed at this time.
We've had 19 fires that have started since 5 o'clock this morning.
With steep terrain, heavy brush, and extreme heat, firefighters are battling emergencies on multiple fronts.
It's summertime. The fuels now have been cured for several months, so things are ready to burn, especially with this heat.
Crews are attacking the flames from both the ground and in the air, while urging residents to leave early when evacuation orders are issued.
See some trailers, but I don't know if they've been burned.
One evacuee asked us to walk through their property. Through a video call, we showed them what survived and what didn't. They didn't want their names or faces shown, but gave us permission to share this moment.
Is this your guys' gate?
Slow it down. Yeah, that's our gate.
Okay.
He's on our property right now? Yeah, that's our stuff. Okay.
Hold on. That was our trailer?
That's our trailer. Can you move a little bit? Oh my God, my car.
Oh my God, you're cheap. To the sheds.
Can you shine it on the sheds too? Oh my
those are
God. Oh my God.
Yeah, that right there, that was the house. Right to your left was the house that her grandma and her mom are living in. We really appreciate you for doing this.
Yeah, no worries. I'm sorry. I wish I can give you better news.
For CAL FIRE, the toll is too heavy. Seeing destruction like this never gets easier.
Anytime that you see any type of destruction, it's tough. Today's been very challenging.
The 6.5 fire is now part of California's growing wildfire story, leaving devastation behind in one of the state's most historic towns. And back out here live, this fire so far has burned 4,000 acres. It continues to burn tonight. It is 0% contained, and also no word if anyone was hurt. Reporting live from Tuolumne County, I'm Garch Paul Sunga, ABC10.
Yeah, Garch Paul, honestly, so sad to see that devastation, so much history lost, and especially for that family you spoke to, so many memories lost for them as well. Garch Paul, thank you for that update.
Well, you may be familiar with the ground level of Old Sacramento, but there's a whole nother world in the city's underbelly that may surprise you.
John Bartel here, making a little pit stop on the underground tours in Old Sacramento.
In December of 1861, a torrential and unpredictable storm pounded the Pacific coast, causing the Sacramento River to swell more than 20 feet above normal. Within a matter of days, floodwaters ran over the newly constructed levee and drowned the city of Sacramento.
That's roughly about 18, 20 feet up to just below the upper landing up there, and that's how deep the water was.
It took over 4 weeks for the city to drain. The damage and death toll was so extensive, it literally bankrupted the state of California. To prevent future damage from the floods, people of Sacramento made a drastic decision.
So most of the owners here opt to jack their buildings up.
This is the Sacramento History Museum's underground tours, a view of what it looks like when you build a city on top of a city.
Come on in.
For the past 30 years now, tour guide Greg Tracy has helped explain how early Sacramentans raised the city.
And so what they would do is they would trench around the building, so they have some working room here, and then every 8 feet they would put one of these simple screw jacks.
Once the city was raised, new businesses formed in the basements.
This was a parlor house. Parlor houses at this time were basically entertainment areas for men.
Parlor houses were popular places for gold miners to come and spend their money. It was a place to get food, drinks, gamble, or partake in some risque activities.
I guess the ladies of the night also worked in this area here?
Joy ladies.
Joy ladies.
Joy ladies.
Because there was no plumbing in the 1800s, the basement served another purpose.
This was the building's privy. This is where they dumped all this stuff.
And the privy was also not only just a dumping ground for...
Well, it was a toilet.
Ah.
As disgusting as it sounds, the privies or basement toilets would later become historically significant. You see, privies were also used as dumpsters that preserved loads of archaeological treasures.
What is this thing?
It's an archaeological dig from the Cosumnes River College. It's ongoing for about 30 years now.
So they're still digging here?
They're still digging here.
Some of the more interesting toilet artifacts include silverware, old bottles, horseshoes, and Greg's favorite, the community toothbrush.
There would be one bathroom per level, and then they would have one toothbrush per bathroom.
Despite being in a flood zone, the basement parlors and businesses did very well and operated for many years.
This flood that floods the California at this time, they figure is probably a 500 to 1,000 year storm. So we're not going to see another one like that anytime soon.
Did the people back then know that, or did
No, they didn't.
Greg says raising the city may not have been necessary, but it does give historians and tourists a good look into Sacramento's odd past.
From the underground tours in Old Sacramento, I'm John Bartel. Hope to see you on the back roads.
So it all began as a modest 3-day horror pop-up in 1991, has now become California's biggest haunt.
Yeah, that's right. We're talking about Hollywood Horror Nights, which officially kicked off last night. ABC10's Mark S. Allen is at Universal Studios Hollywood this morning with a whole lot more. Hey, Mark.
Yeah, hold on, guys. I left the door open. Believe me, you don't want to let anything out that's inside there. Yes, it is Horror Nights. It is the biggest haunt in America. A couple million people strolling through here to check out scary things. And I don't know if you can see Terrifier back there, but that's the big ticket this year. The Terrifier franchise has taken over Horror Nights. In fact, take a look at last night and all the things there are to see. The Terrifier room, probably one of the most scary. There's also a poltergeist room that is very, very scary. Fallout also has a maze. You can't go wrong. And also, if you love Universal Studios and taking the tram, that's what I recommend. That's the big ticket. If you come here, take the late night horror tram. It is unforgettable. It drops you off where you're going to have to walk, and it's a rare opportunity to walk this close to the Psycho House while at the same time over here enjoying all kinds of things Jason Blum and Blumhouse. If we could talk about what happened on the red carpet last night, a couple of things. Now, I feel terrified for a multitude of reasons, but last night specifically, I felt terrified by how old I am. And I think you're going to feel old too if you're a fan of the original Poltergeist movie. I caught up with the guy that played the little kid that got choked out by the clown doll in Poltergeist. His name's Oliver. The kid has grown. You're going to see him. You're also going to see Clint Howard, the WWE superstar Jericho, some people that I caught up with Freakier Friday, lots of other people, and a surprise guest. Take a look. You said you weren't scared, but at that age, did you have any ill feelings towards toy clowns?
I always did, and that's probably one of the reasons why I actually got the part, because the script was top secret at the time, and the casting people were like, Oliver, what are you really scared of? And I said, well, I'm scared of trees, I'm afraid of clown dolls, and they said, that's like Robbie.
What most terrifies you about tonight?
I'm really scared for Terrifier. If I go in that house, I'm scared, you guys.
He's right behind you!
He's right behind alarm.
I feel like the Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics I've heard are supposed to be really realistic, so probably that.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love Poltergeist, and when I found out that was a house, I was so excited.
How cool is it as a little kid you ran around on this lot, and now to be you, terrifying little kid?
Well, yeah, it is pretty cool, and it's really cool that the Terrifier family is getting to celebrate like this, because you got to understand, it was a little tiny thing when it started. It was the first.
Barely a home movie?
Yes, barely a home movie, and look what it's done.
How would you do in the ring with Art the Clown, and how would you handle that?
It's hard because I feel that anything you do to Art, he just keeps getting back up again, right? He already ripped my face. He already ripped my face off. What else do I got to lose, right? Yeah, so he gave me a jawbreaker. If you know, you know, and I was out.
What a badge of honor to have that happen.
It really is.
Good to see you, man. Remember in that first movie where at the very end it's calm and the girl's on the lake and you think everything's okay, and then you jump up and flip her out of the boat? That was awesome. Did you go to camp this summer? Anything but just run for your life. For the love of God, save yourselves. And what's funny, my camera people, whoever they were, have stayed that far back ever since that moment. Hey, come on over. Jason Voorhees is gone. It's okay. Hold on. I need to get my backboard steady. I got to show you something. All right. So I can give you an example of the two things I love the most. They happen to be side by side right here on the main entrance to the park. Five Nights at Freddy's. There is a maze in there that is remarkable. If you love the movie, it's probably one of the most orthodox adaptations of movie to maze I've ever seen. That is phenomenal. And then the Terrifier. Look at that image right there. It is all over the park once the sun goes down. There's not just one Art the Clown. There are probably 600 Art the Clowns running around this park, ready to indeed terrify you. Horror Nights now open. Lots of people from Northern California I met last night, so I know that it's a huge thing. NorCal invading SoCal to get their scare on. Have a great weekend. Back to you.
Mark, do you still get scared at the movies, and what scares you?
I'm all about the sounds, man, because and they do it right. Like, I'm all about the boom, bang, that kind of stuff. Like, believe me, it makes me, needs to change a tire, as it were. I could be more specific.
Change a tire.
Yes, speaking of needing to change a tire, I probably shouldn't mention this. This is bad taste on morning television, but in Terrifier, there are intensify it. I can't even begin to describe the smells on television, but they're horrific. Back to you.
Thanks so much for watching ABC 10 Plus this week. We're here 24/7 on the free ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app. You can get your local news and weather anytime, anywhere. I'm Laura Painter. Take care. I'll see you next time.
Hey, Joanna.
Don't. I don't have much to say right now. We're back.
911, what's the emergency? I think someone's dead. My passenger just came out of the top. It's really hard.
Wife? Do we know what happened to her?
No, we don't.
Do you believe that Joanna died by suicide?
I know that she did not.
What did he do to her?
He didn't take her down. He didn't try CPR. That's troubling.
The question is, how many of those factors exist? If all 10 of them exist, those cases are always a homicide. Always.
There absolutely was a proper investigation. I think it's a captivating story, but at this point, it is a story. There is no evidence to support that.
They missed the evidence. That is the murder weapon. What a mistake.
But you know, Joanna's story is not really unfolding only in Sacramento.
Experts say there could be as many as 1,200 hidden homicides.
I didn't realize that this was a huge issue.